So for today's video, I will be talking a little bit about how we, ETs, higher vibrational ETs, make contact with Earth, both through channels such as this one and through other means. We, in the first instance, can very easily have a read on the collective energy of a planet or a civilization. Some civilizations are not planet-based, so we will just use the language of planet for the purpose of this transmission. Firstly, if we feel that there is a calling and opening energetically within the collective energy of a civilization, contact will be made, usually in the first instance through dreams, shamanic contact in altered states, different avenues for making contact with those who are ready on an individual level in that civilization. So it will start off in a more liminal space with those who are ready, usually on an individual or small group basis, that this contact will be made. At the same time, if we feel that there is an opportunity for some of the other individuals on the planet to have exposure to our vibration, to have a kind of chance to soak up our energies, our vibration, as well as the information that we are bringing from a higher vibrational level, we will make contact with those beings that have a soul agreement to channel us. Now, this can look different ways for different beings, in this case humans. Not all channeling is done in exactly the same way. It really depends on the individual's embodiment and how it is best for them, from our perspective, to receive and transmit the information and the energy that we are bringing. In the first instance, we take into account whatever they are working with in their own personal lives, whatever energy patterns they have in their body, whatever they are carrying from what they have chosen to experience in this lifetime. And we ascertain how is it going to be the easiest and also the most loving for them and for those who are receiving the transmission to bring through our message. In the case of this channel, it is more a case of us bringing our energy into her body. This is a little different to her falling asleep, in a sense, or going into a sleep-like state and allowing our information to come into a range vibrationally to be shared. It is a little different because of her journey, who she is, what she is embodying. She is, in that sense, quite awake throughout the channeling, and she is aware and can consciously compute all of the different energies, all of the different parallel realities and timelines that are involved in allowing through the most relevant information through the channel that is on Earth. So what we do in that case is we literally bring our vibrational energy into her body, and we have the experience of seeing through her eyes and through her voice in the blending of our energies, rather than just a specific focus so much on the attunement of our vibration through consciousness, more the energetic. Some channels you see will be bringing through parcels of information that they are open to receiving from higher vibrational beings. Some will be bringing through more of a sense of meeting halfway in the vibration and that thus allowing, almost like a translator, the energy to come through. Some, like this channel, will be more about allowing the energy into her energy itself because she has that capacity and because of other variances in her embodiment and journey. Some will be doing things that are more akin to being aware of certain energies and messages and then sort of consciously translating them themselves and their own energy and then offering the translation. There's a wide variance of different ways that this actually works in channels. So please understand that as you awaken as a civilization, as you come into more contact with our vibration through lots of different portals, ultimately, of course, through physical interaction with us more and more, you will experience actually and become aware of more nuance in actually this is something that is not just done one way. There is a variety of different organic, there's a range of similarity in channeling, but there's a lot of organicness in how a lot of this information, how a lot of these vibrations and transmissions are being lovingly shared with humanity at this time. In the general sense, as we started this transmission, once there are all of these different ways in for our higher vibrational energy, then those of you who listen to these transmissions not only are able to raise your vibration, awaken more to yourselves, take the information and the energy and really work with it, but also you are then carrying that shift, that awareness of our energy in a beautiful way. And you then, even for those who are not listening to us, when you interact with them, with your family and friends and others, you are bringing this contact that you have experienced energetically and vibrationally with us to other humans, so that they are already subconsciously becoming a little more attuned, a little more familiar with the vibration. And so if they do come into contact or awareness of our existence in the years to come, it will be that much less alarming, that much less confronting as a vibration. Just the nature of our difference in our bodies and our transmissions will be that much less confronting and alarming to them because they have had this contact with their friends and loved ones. They've been familiar with it on some subliminal level. So this is just part of the story of how, in a general sense, we find the most loving ways to bring in, both starting in the liminal spaces with the individuals who are ready, and then finding the most loving way to work with human channels, and then, of course, building different reservoirs of knowledge and channels of knowledge with your scientists and so on, to really support in all areas of your civilization and your cultures, to really support there already being a scaffolding energetically and informationally for us to, when we physically come or when you physically find out as a collective about our existence, that there is this framework in place already that can support the loving, easeful transition to more and more awareness, more and more awakening amongst your civilization. In terms of the channeling, if you're curious about this, let us know under this video if you want to understand more about the different ways that channeling can work and how it really is something that has got some nuance in it, that is a little varied even though it's within a range, and it's something that different people can attune with in different ways depending on their own makeup and their own self-awareness and embodiment. If you're curious about this, leave us a message under the video and we will address it further in future channelings through this channel. With all of my love, Tyniyah, and our friends here amongst the stars, I wish you a beautiful rest of your day.